Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Like TV from other dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it. Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Well, ladies and germs, welcome to the Wrestling Asylum, and oh my God, look who's back! Gunner, Moody, good to see you. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Nice. Now, Nekro is trying to join us this week. He is having some technical difficulties, so folks, please be aware that we will try to get him back as soon as possible. But folks, you know what we got to do. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified, Telegram, Baby Mama, Google Plus, your sister's ass. What's the Pony Express do for you? Go fuck yourself and fuck the Postal Service. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay notified because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, come on. Last week, I fried Mr. Silva in TNA. And the electric chair hasn't been used for, oh God, quite some time. So let's finish paying the bills, shall we? Don't forget to check out the link tree. That's linktree/Off the Top Ropes podcast. This is where you can find all the links to everywhere we're at. The merch, the Pod Mob, the Black Hearts Angels, and stay tuned and check out the archives. But remember, we got some great brand ambassadors. Have you kicked the coffee habit yet? W Energy, OTTR Mob with the promo code 10% off. What can I say? It's good. It'll keep you going, and you won't crash like you do on coffee. Don't forget, Okazi Clothing and Habits 365, 10 or 15% off with the OTTR promo code. And look fly because we going into spring. Look good on that date at the club or at the barbecue, and hey, you might get lucky. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Also, Swift Energy, 10% off. Also, great flavors. And never, ever. But also, have you gone to bonfire.com/store/Off the Top Ropes Network? This is where you can get all the Pod Mob merch, Pod Mob Men, Black Hearts Angels, including the old CNC Connection days with our good friend, the Queen of the Indies, Queen Courtney. And of course, check out us here. The Asylum merch. We got hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mugs, slippers. See? No, I'm just kidding. Tanks, hats. Now, if you occasionally like the green variety, you want to hit this shit, we might have an ashtray. Not saying we do, but never say never. Make sure you go check it out. Show us some love. Help us keep the bills on. And don't forget to check out our friends, led by Mr. Mitch, over at the Hardcore Sports Network for all the great content every single week. And make sure you check out the archives if you've missed us. You'll be glad you did. Gunner, good sir, it is good to have you back. Fill us in on what's been going on in your neck of the woods this last 2 weeks. We've missed you.
Oh, first of all, it's great to be back. Good to see you, Eric, as always. My life's just been a little crazy. I recently just became a wonderful homeowner to this place that I'm currently sitting in, doing some renovations on it as we speak. So that's been keeping me busy. I also just been, going around New England like I've been doing. I just had a big debut for Focus Pro last night. So shout out to Focus Pro Wrestling. And yeah, that's what's been going on for the last 2 weeks. Just cleaning and banging the wrestling scene and banging around in this thing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Me, I've been holding down the fort by myself, as you well are aware.
Yes.
But we have a new clip that we're going to be using. I think you are all going to laugh at this. Need I say more?
Nope.
But folks, before we get underway, I want to give a special shout out to a good friend of mine. He recently just became a daddy. So, Big J, Gary, congratulations becoming a papa. It's his first, even though he and baby mama are having a little bit of drama. But that's normal being new parents. But let's get things underway, shall we? WrestleMania is in the books, but it's what happened to kickoff night 2. Gunner, I want to know your take because this is going to shock the hell out of everybody. Did we bear witness to the potential that the Beast has called it a career? Oba Femi stepped up after the open challenge by the Beast himself was issued. And for weeks, the ruler has, in fact, had the conqueror of the streaks number. And we saw that again on night 2 of WrestleMania. The master of the S8Ep12 gave us an Oba a fucking performance that we have not seen in years. Only few have taken Brock to task. So it remains to be seen.
Few moments later.
Then came the unthinkable. Brock Lesnar down, the ruler set to finish the job, and in fact conquers the conqueror. But it was after the match that made fans shocked. Brock left the boots and the gloves in the middle of the ring and shared an emotional moment with both the fans and Paul Heyman, which now begs that very question. Has the Beast, the conqueror of the streak, the man that put the 1 in 21-1, has Brock Lesnar called it a career? And if he has, that only means one thing. The class of the 2002 Ohio Valley Wrestling Group is down to 1. RKO. Gunner, I'm going to throw it to you. Give us your thoughts about night 2 and the shocking developments of all this and what you see going forward. I'll hold off on mine.
Man, let me just say it was a wild thing to watch night 2 of WrestleMania and see Brock untie those boots. No, like, it was obvious and apparent to everybody that this was not called. This was not part of the show. You saw Brock throw up that X and say, hey, this is for real, which leads me to think that, yeah, I think Brock's done. I know we heard the other day that Tiffany Stratton is hoping that he's able to continue to SummerSlam because, yes, it would be great for him to retire in Minneapolis. But
Agreed.
It would be great, but also you look at what he retired on. He put over Oba. Oba now is, pun intended, the next big thing in professional wrestling, especially in WWE. You know, much respect to Oba for giving a tip of the hat to Brock as he was making his way out the ring. But you gotta look at what Brock Lesnar has done throughout his career, not just in professional wrestling, but in the MMA world and NCAA and all that. That man put his body through a lot of hell and a lot of stress. You know, he almost died from, what was it, diverticulitis?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the man's body was probably more beat up than the average professional wrestler because of that diverticulitis. So if Brock's calling it a career after WrestleMania, man, I'm going to give my tip of the hat to you because Brock, I've been a fan of his for quite a while now. There was that little period before COVID where he wasn't around much with the Universal title that I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, kudos to Brock Lesnar. If this truly, truly, truly is the last time we see Brock in a WWE ring, Man, I can't think of a better way to call it a day than, like I said, putting over somebody like Oba Femi, who I'm going to call it, give him 5 years. He will be a world champion soon.
I think it's going to be sooner. Oh. KB saying he doesn't want to see Brock miss such a huge double payday in Saudi.
Yeah, but who's to say that's actually going to happen, though?
Truth be told, I'll be honest with you. I think for Brock, I'd hope he'd get to SummerSlam. I'll tell you why. I agree with you for the whole retirement. There's another thing. It comes full circle. Not only that, but if this was quietly his swan song, best fuck you to TKO's board of directors. Because if they wanted him to job to Gunther, no. Gunther doesn't need it.
No.
I'm going to say it for what it is. He doesn't need it. He has what he needs. Open this. I mean, at this point, that's exactly what I think. Have that. Because here's the reality. To me, when I saw Brock get emotional, and I've never seen that.
No one's ever seen Brock.
I was like, wait. When Oba stepped to him weeks ago after the challenge got issued, I remember going, oh shit, no. The minute he took the challenge on, I'm going, this is going to be Brock Swan. Swear to God. And everybody was looking at me with the, yeah, bullshit look. Stephen A's going, yeah, okay, bullshit.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
And at this point, I don't know what else we could say about his career. He's done everything and more.
Yeah.
Fucker's loaded. Married to Sable, couple of kids, beautiful plot of land, and does his own thing. Would I like to see him give back? Sure, he's done that. Look what he did for Cody.
Look what he did for
A couple of
Cody.
years ago.
Freaking, he's done it for a lot of guys.
He's been giving, if fans do not understand that he has been fucking giving back to such a degree, now it's, oh shit, what do we do here? So that's my take. As far as Oba coming out on Raw going, I'm the ruler. Oh, this shit just got good.
Yeah.
Okay, so seeing it was like, and I got to throw it to the chat. I don't know what they think, but I'm going to say it for what it is. Brock, to me, I got to be honest. And this is just between us. I just don't know. I really don't know what to say at this point. Truth be told, it's still a little shocking because I figured, okay, Brock's pushing 50 now, right?
He's 48, I believe.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Pretty sure it came out with all the memes and stuff that he's 48.
Yeah, he is. He's pushing 50, so it does not surprise me about this. So, this is my opinion. He's getting up there. We know he's looking at it going, okay, I've done everything. I made my mark. I left my legacy, whatever you want to call it. They're going to talk about me forever. Let me go have fun and do what I want to do. If I was the old fart still in control, I'd look at him and go, listen, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. I want to use you as an attraction once in a while. I'll give you a call. Here you go. And sign that way.
He could literally, if Brock wants to do something like that, I could see Brock being like how the Undertaker was a few years ago. In case of break glass, here comes Brock.
I know. KB's right, though. Look at it. Brock is done. Be honest. He's the legit combat athlete the past 25 years or ever. KB's not wrong.
He's not. Look at his lineage outside of WWE. NCAA World Champion. Yeah.
UFC. IWGP. You're naming it. Keep going.
Yeah.
He's
like, let's take away from combat sports and let's just talk about how he went from no experience on the football field and got on the practice team for the Minneapolis Vikings and then got cut last second.
Right.
Like, that's unheard of. Nobody could do that, but Brock Lesnar did it.
I don't even think, and I'll be honest, I'm going to say this. I don't even think, and this is just my opinion, I'm going to probably catch slack for this. I don't think Ken Shamrock could have done it as long as he did.
Get him.
I really don't. I mean, he was great, but I don't see Dan Severn pulling it off.
No, I agree with you.
Brock is one of those once in a fluke, and I mean a motherfucking fluke, generational talents that you look, and yes, he is the alpha of our species. This motherfucker has all of it. He's one of the few. When it comes to athleticism, power, agility, if he doesn't go with the diverticulitis issue, I guarantee you, he'd probably do another 3 years.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Or he could do it for another 10. And like I said, he could be the next Undertaker. Break glass. Here comes the special attraction of Brock Lesnar.
It's unheard of. KB said all 4 years he was NCAA heavyweight champion, and they still talk about it. This is crazy, folks. Like, Gunner, name another wrestler or athlete, I don't give a fuck what sport, who in college had that level of dominance.
Not to that degree. I can't think of anybody.
Now, mind you, what did you think of the match as a whole?
As a whole, I think it's what was needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your sets.
The only reason why I'm here because you know who, and it's all fucking technical difficulty shit, and I'm just like, bro, listen, I ain't got time for that shit. So, guess we have to come in to sacrifice his sleep to save the motherfucking day again. So, Nekro, if you're watching this, you know better now. Anyways, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi's match, and has Brock called it? Our thoughts and reactions, and just discussing where does this go? This was out of nowhere, because the other topic you're gonna love to get into.
Just remind you, I'm not staying here for too long.
No, I know.
Sorry,
I get that. You tired?
I'm not.
But what do you think after seeing? We've never seen him cry. Okay, he shares a big ass emotional moment with Heyman in front of everybody and their mother.
All right, I'll make this. All right, listen. I'll make this happen in like less than maybe 3 minutes. I'll just right. Brock Lesnar was passing the torch to Oba Femi. Oba Femi is now going to be the new big beast in town, that type of shit like that. Which eventually he's going to get the same rub that Brock once did back in 2002. we're gonna see the whole skyrocket happen. But let's feed over some baby rivalries and some shit like that. Let's get some breathing room. Let's see what happens with CM Punk and Roman later on down the line. With Brock, if there's another rumor that's going on behind TKO releasing 20 wrestlers in one day, another Black Friday situation all over again. It seems like every year WWE is going to have a set of fucking releases, but this time, with Triple H is not running the creative booking right now, was technically he lost power. I don't know who's really going to be too much of power, which is TKO. TKO probably make the finalized decision to be no, whoever people that we can't really rock with, we're not really going to rock with them. Thank God for some people that actually did get released because that can actually mean they have more creative freedom compared to other people like Alexander Black. There's no way in hell he's going to go anywhere the fuck else. He's stuck in the Indies for the rest of his life because AEW don't want him back. You just got released from WWE out of this whole shit. The only other person or the only other game in town is either TNA or MLW. And do you really want to do either one? I don't know if I was you. But the Brock Lesnar thing, the situation is, I think they probably did. I think TKO has something to do with that. I think it's probably because maybe some shit, behind the scenes or something that we don't know. Maybe because of his whole other issues involving drugs and everything else because of PEDs. Not saying that he's a druggie, folks, but saying it's like maybe they was trying to clean up certain things and a new table is being surrounded and shit. And we're starting to get a new committee that's now running the table to saying there's certain people that we don't want anymore. And Brock Lesnar could be one of those things that he probably was pushed to retirement. But then again, he was already doing this shit part-time for years. To the point where we was already looking forward to the time where he was going to get retired. But now,
yeah, but we weren't expecting it like this.
Yes, you was. Because why would you even do it any other fucking way besides WrestleMania? Why would you do it any other place? Why would you do it any other place?
I agree. I agree with that.
Why would you wait one more year just to go over the fucking across the fucking country to do it in fucking Saudi?
I don't do it at Saudi.
You might as well just do it.
Have him retire in Minneapolis.
But this could be something that I think is leaning towards something bigger when it comes to the whole TKO situation and the whole releases. And maybe it could have been something involved in that. Maybe it could have been something deeper than that we don't understand about what's going on with the whole TKO switch and what Triple H's power now really can do. Which technically, in this thing, he can't save anybody in that talent pool anymore. Everyone is now going to be basically walking on eggshells. So I think Brock Lesnar got out when the beginning was good. But I do also think they tried to force his thing out. But he probably didn't want to do it the way they had to probably compromise. That's my 3 minutes.
Okay. TKO, I have one thing to say. And it's right here on the screen. Need I say more? So Blackheart just nailed the other topic of discussion today. The post-Mania releases. We all know how this goes down. Some were quite shocking. Some were expected. Kairi Sane and Zoe Stark, I got to say, those were too unexpected. We know Zoe Stark was on her way back from being medically cleared. Kairi Sane, I don't know where that came from out of nowhere. It made no sense. Some of them, like Motor City Machine Guns, the Wyatt Six, that made sense because you're not using them. I knew Andrew Chase was going to get let go. I knew Alba Fire. Apollo Crews, you're not using him. I'm disappointed because he had so much potential, but you didn't really do anything to help him, which is like a what the fuck. The fact that, and I'll say it for what it is, TKO wants to step in, as Cody said the other night, stay in your lane, count your fucking money, and fuck off. Because he ain't afraid of them. And I have to concur. I have to concur on that. Gunner, what are your thoughts about it?
I agree with you. There were a lot of names in this recent release list that was like, why are we getting rid of her? Like Kairi Sane, I'm going to talk about her for a minute. It's like, it felt like we were building something between her and Asuka where they were eventually going to split and Kairi gets away from her. I would have done something like that before releasing her. Aleister Black, Selena Vega. Selena Vega more so than Black. Was shocked on. But like you said, this is a regular thing. This is a yearly thing with the WWE. We know it's coming every year. It's just there's some talent we just wish we could have more time with or actually use other than just having them in catering.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. I expected Tozawa and Otis. Yeah. I did not like. To me, you know what?
I expect that to be enough.
I expected Tozawa and Otis. Oh fuck yeah! They are not. Cody ain't scared as shit. So at this point, I'm gonna say it for what it is. They fuck with Cody. He's gonna go, yeah. How's that gonna look for you? Because watch what I do next. Because he'll go right back home. Because I guarantee you, whatever issues led to him saying I'm going back, he and Tony will in a heartbeat, and boom, no problem. But This is my thing. Like you said, what Kyrie's saying made no fucking sense. That's number one. Number two. Zoe Starks just gets released from the almost career-ending injury, gets through it, comes back, and then you let her go. I would have said, okay, let me have 30 to 90 days. Let me see what I can get her into. And if it doesn't work, I cut her.
I agree.
That is my
agree
thing.
with that.
I mean, Blackheart, let me ask you this. If you're a talent on injury and you're just getting medically cleared, do you think it's okay to be released before you get a chance to even test yourself?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, at this point, we always see it coming. There's no question in my mind.
No. Okay. All right. Let me put you this way. Like someone that just left on his own reconnaissance, it's like this, right? You got the power to leave on your own fucking reconnaissance or something like that, or the company is going to force your hand to be like, you know, we can do nothing with you for whatever strange reason, right?
Right, KB.
Right. So now we see certain people, like you said, Zoe Starks and shit like that, right? I just think she didn't have to look. That wasn't part of their portfolio anymore. The portfolio changed once things get transferred the fuck over. Whoever is running that shit now, they got the eyes on certain people now. That's it. We've seen this happen in WCW so many times with different bookers that came in, and then now it changes everything. You know what happened? And now we're seeing that happen in WWE. Well, now the carousel is finally being switched the fuck around.
Right.
Now who you going to be blaming when the booking goes bad? You can't blame Triple H like that anymore because he doesn't have the book anymore.
Well,
now you're going to be saying, damn, Triple H, we were neglecting you and all this other shit. Oh, my God, we was rushing the judgment and shit. Too late now. Y'all fucked up. Y'all chased the man out. And when the company got him out by doing it a different way, and even after all the rumors that we was hearing about, oh, no, like they're about to try to get him out. And then we was like, nah, because who else is going to take over that mantle? We never thought about it. But then they really said, nope, we're still going to do it the fucking anyway. We don't care. It's a business. In their minds.
Now, here's the question. Given the ticket sales issue, all this other stuff, do you see the generational fans that got us to this point going to like TNA, AEW, NWA, Indies? Do you see them going, fuck this? Because the WWE is now going after the typical fan and forgetting about the people who brought him to the dance?
Obviously.
Absolutely. I could see
the
that
prices only went down because the people were going against it and shit, and they wasn't selling that much tickets. They had to fabricate the fucking box office number for both WrestleMania nights because they had to give away tickets. This is part of the wrestling industry. When you want to try to make shit look full, what are you going to try to do? See fillers.
Oh, absolutely.
That's exactly what we in the Power Mob just did for AEW. Back in November last year? We were see fillers. We made sure that like the seats were filled and shit. So when it came to the hard camera, it looked like it was sold out. That's just a trick of the fucking illusion to the motherfucking industry, ladies and fucking gentlemen. So if I want to actually go deeper, because this has been a few of y'all motherfuckers in the IWC that have been pissing me the fuck off. So believe me, I'm willing to crash out on any fucking buddy at this motherfucking point. And Gunn knows. And Gunn should know about a good couple of them. So
I'm saying nothing.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that. But at the end of the day, this is still a business. Whoever is running, so whoever is in that chair probably has a whole different perspective and a whole different game plan set up. Now we all just have to see what the fuck is about to unfold. That's why we got Jacob Fatu versus Roman right the fuck away. Instead of us getting it by SummerSlam, we got it by Backlash. What? I'm hoping and praying that you guys are actually going to have them join up later on down the line. Because if you're not, then why the fuck are you doing it? Oh, it's a different booking this time. Now we're truly fucked. Because now the unpredictability is really there.
Oh, for sure. The other thing, though, is I could see a lot of generational fans flipping the middle finger. Watch what happens to AEW. They start getting the bigger venues back because more fans start raising hell. Because we see how good their pay-per-view buys are. They've always sold out, even during the rough couple of years. I'll say this. One name that I'm shocked wasn't let go, Gargano.
Nakia?
Oh, that too.
They're probably gonna let his contract run out.
Oh, they're gonna let him do what Tommaso did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let his contract run out, and then he walks off that way as a free man. And
he can go to AEW without any hesitation.
But now, most of the machine guns too, they can go because they were released. They wasn't fired or anything like that. They don't have no. So now we don't have no 60 to 90 day non-competes because when you are released, those will qualify.
Right.
So they can go back to TNA within a matter of a day.
Yeah. Or they could show up on Dynamite and do a one-off.
Maybe. Depends.
I don't think they would do a one-off.
No, I will say this. What shocked me was some of the Evolve talent. I was like, wait a minute. Are we shutting that down now too?
No, I don't think you're shutting it down. There's some people that are just taking longer to progress and they have a timetable. We've seen this shit happen before.
Oh, no, I agree.
So why are we even still talking about that, bro? Like,
here's
if
a question.
Been there for too long,
if you've been there for too long, Kyrie Sane. I know what Gunner thought. Blackheart, talk to him.
Racism?
I can see that a little bit. Hang on, Will Smith.
Or maybe they probably was looking at the Oscar situation and probably say Oscar's more valuable than Kyrie.
Could be. Will Smith wanted to chime in, by the way.
TK would rather keep the most valuable players than all the rest of the low ballers are probably going to be shut the fuck away.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if we got in the word that Kevin Owens was released. Y'all would have been throwing a fucking petition and all this shit flying out the ball.
If it would have been Kevin Owens,
why y'all so upset for?
Hang on, if it was Kevin Owens, we would have had this. You're welcome, bitch! I was waiting years for this fucking clip. Hell yeah! But no, if that would have happened and they would have let go of KO, all hell would have broke loose. And now, yeah, there's a petition for Kyrie Sane. But I do agree with you. The Oscar situation made it a little more difficult. The other thing that I think needs to take place, the board of directors needs to stay the fuck out of this book. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. We are witnessing WCW downfall. If that happens, we're in trouble.
No.
Big
Okay.
trouble.
If all right, so if Evolve, if main event goes away, now you're truly fucked. If you get rid of the main event and be like, no, we don't want no more shit, it's just Raw, SmackDown, couple dark matches, and then that's it. Like, you're not even gonna do the whole speed tournament, and you're basically compromising your weekly television and compromising it down by 2 hours.
Well, and that's
you're shaving off about
what do you
an
think
hour
about
and some change if you're compressing main event, Evolve, that type of shit like that, and you just discontinue the things like AEW did with was it Darker Elevation that they did back then on YouTube, and then they discontinued that shit. They discontinued what, Rampage and shit like that too. Yeah, so there's a few things that they had to discontinue just to revamp it.
Well, and here's the other thing. What's the one thing, and Gunner, I think you're going to know the answer to this too. So I'm going to ask you this. To play off what Blackheart said, what's the one thing that they used to do that they're not doing as much?
House shows.
House shows.
Yeah. Okay. Gunner, let's put you in a situation. Tell me how you're going to react. Okay. Before the TKO, you're working for Vince. You're on 300 a year.
Yeah.
And you're doing the house shows. Like, walk us through how you would feel if they got rid of the house shows. And
I would feel I would feel the same way that Cody and all the other guys would feel. You're taking away repetition for us. You're taking away our ability to callous our bodies to the punishment that happens in that ring. I'm gonna put me for example. Because of my knee injury and having surgery and all that, I had 3 months off from doing anything professional wrestling. 3 months off is a lot of time for a professional wrestler. You take that first bump, and I'm telling you, it's not going to feel like how it felt 3 months ago. So, yeah, it's the same. It's the same concept for house shows. You take away these 300 plus day, 300 plus days on the road. You're going to small town shows that maybe people don't get wrestling around there often, and you're only doing the major markets. You're cutting down that ring time significantly when you're saying, we don't need house shows no more. They don't really mean anything. They don't matter. They matter a lot for both as a fan and as a performer.
And let me add on to the higher prone to injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
That's why so many people get banged up and be, oh my God, why the car got so switched up?
And look at
now
this.
You see why.
Look at this one. If Kairi Sane heads back to Japan to do Stardom or to AEW, I guarantee you WWE gonna kick themselves in the head.
See if I can go
Catch 22.
I probably see. I probably say go back to start at AEW, but then again, I don't know if she actually officially full blown moved here to the States. Because if she does, then that whole transition going back to Japan, man, I know that shit is gonna be a bitch to move all the way back.
Oh, agreed. So I mean, overall, I think we all agree.
Oh, wait a minute! No, wait. Oh God, I just thought about this thing too. This TNA still got that whole. I don't know. They still kind of in cahoots with WWE still, but I think some of the leftover people that are going to get released, they're just going to draw over to TNA and still be in the loop of it. And then when the time is right, they'll get called back up for some weird reason. I just have a funny feeling.
You want to know what's funny? I was expecting America Alpha too. We haven't seen them in quite some time.
Nah.
Or American Made. I'm sorry. Almost makes me think they'd steal the American Made WCW theme from Hogan and give it to him. Ivy Nile, all of them. That would have been fucking hilarious.
That'd be amazing.
American Made. Need I say more? So Alpha Show will not be joining us. before we go to commercial break, thoughts about the shocker last week, 2 weeks ago, a certain man in AEW with a side headlock takedown and 4 coffin drops shocks the world and becomes champion. And after facing Tommaso Ciampa, he's getting challenged this coming Wednesday against Brody King. Fellas, tell me what you think before we head to break.
First of all, if it's all right with you, Shiz, I want to talk about this because I hate how Darby became world champion.
Okay.
Not Darby being world champion. I have no problem. I think Darby should have been champion a while ago. But the way he won that title was bullshit.
Hey, I was just going to say the same thing, too. I was like, if y'all think y'all got your money's worth with that match, I feel so sorry for the public because I said this was either got to be a way that you set this up for a rematch or you just bury your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion in seconds to a guy that's smaller than him by like 60-something pounds and saying, we're going to make you win the title by doing just 4 coffin drops. I'm like, excuse me? Like, did I just sit here and wait the whole goddamn night for just a main event that was done within 3 minutes?
Yeah. I was
TikTok video Shiz. Well. That's how I saw it.
But also,
I saw the same thing.
Wait. And then wait. And in advance, grind my gears moment that I'll give you one for free. The whole WrestleMania weekend, 13 matches, an hour and 10 minutes.
Save that
compared to a whole 6-hour joint 2-night event, and majority of all the 4 hours plus was all sponsors and commercials. That was it. Yep. You're killing our sport.
The other thing that's pissing me off.
You're killing a motherfucking sport, TKO, because you're thinking of this as an entertainment entity, but this is not one of those USC entities. You can't mirage the USC entity into professional wrestling. That's not going to work out. And they're trying to do it here, and it's not fucking working. Especially when you just saw what happened at WrestleMania. I'm like, ew. The WrestleMania I remembered, we can get matches that were 15 minutes long, 20 minutes. Shit, that actually you can fill in a motherfucking, you can fit in 3 chapters of a story in one match at WrestleMania if you wanted to. If you had the balls, you want to go out and show the motherfucking world. Only 2 motherfucking matches were longer than 10 minutes. The main event on night 2, and someone said what? Rhea versus Jade, which they should have never even gotten those fucking minutes. You should have given that shit over to Punk. Excuse me. You should have gotten that shit more over to fucking Cody for that main event. Because the main events deserve the most time that you fucking can. That's your championship match. That's the shit that you're paying your hard-earned goddamn money to just watch the very fucking end to see this is the main event. This is what it's all about. This is what you came to spend your bread on. Not just the undercard, no disrespect to the undercard, but your main event is technically the buns of your fucking hamburger, or the meat of your hamburger. Without that, you get nothing. Yeah. And we got in that at WrestleMania. I can give AEW a pass because they don't do this shit often. But WWE, since TKO came into play, hell no. Sometimes you gotta put your motherfucking foot down, bro. And this is one of those grind my gear moments that I can't not fucking stand. Either TKO, which Rock, I know that you're watching this. I know that you're scoping out everyone that's gonna be talking down about the TKO because I know you just got a fat ass motherfucking revenue share from this deal. I know that you did. So you know what you are and what you're doing right now is basically this is a whole inner working going on between Triple H and Rock because they got beef. From long-standing fucking beef, from Shawn Michaels disrespecting his grandmother, to how they treat him in the locker room, to how Triple H corrupted his title run in 2000, and furthermore. This has been unsettling beef that it's been done behind the motherfucking scenes. Now you're using TKO and WWE as the platform. And this is what the fuck that we got. So Rock is actually helping killing this business. Triple H, just as CM Punk once said, the doofus son-in-law that that is just a yes man to the old man who's still driving as a 78-year-old man gets slapped in the motherfucking wrist for that car crash that he did months prior. But yet, if a black man would have done that shit, oh hell no, we'd be already in jail or we've been sentenced already.
Gunner?
And wait, I'm not finished. And there's some people, and some people that want to quit on you when they try to help you, and they want to say, "Oh, I ain't dumping money into this shit." Motherfucker, look at me, my motherfucking. That's why I say this shit. You walked out on me the first time. You went underground and done with some dumb, ugly, fat bitch. Got lost in the motherfucking woods. Never came the fuck back. I gave you a chance. You came the fuck back after years later, after I rebuilt this shit by my motherfucking self. You left me, Youngblood left me. The only made two that stayed were Deuce and Fats. So you want to talk about this just a passion project? This became a sanctuary for motherfuckers to come and talk this shit about wrestling and not be judged. Some people, I taught them. I put them under my wing to run this dashboard. That's why you got the show that you got today. So you may be thinking, Eric. You may be thinking, motherfucking Eric, for actually allowing you to come into the motherfucking door. You may be thinking me for vouching for you to bring your ass back. After when you disrespected on me the fucking first time. You said, I'll never do this shit. I'll never do this shit again with you, Lansky. I'm yours. Look at where you at right now. Because you walked out because of a technical issue. Oh, I'm not doing all this shit and everything else like that. People in this mob family had dumped money into this shit for over 6 motherfucking years. You haven't pitched in a motherfucking dime. So for you to even say that, I hope and pray that you show up May 8th because I'm going to knock you square of your motherfucking socket when I see you. And that's on my dead folk, my nigga. So I hope and pray that you reach out to me today. Or I swear to God that every moment when you walk into the motherfucking building in Lynn, yo, I'm going to have my Richie fucking blade your ass the fuck up. And he's already psychotic. Yeah, he's already psychotic as is. The moment when I say, yo, do him, he's going to do you. Because of the shit that you said. And I'm not even trying to make it that motherfucking far, but what you just said in the motherfucking chat bubble, that's what took me the fuck off. Because you're not in my motherfucking shoes doing this shit for 6 years. You lost sleep. I lost money in this motherfucking palm mob. Yeah, sure, I gained it back much later on down like the line, but I stuck through it. And last time I checked, I don't quit in my motherfucking family. You quit it on Eric, you quit on Gunner, and then you quit it on me. Before you try to even do what the fuck like you just did, saying this is the passion project. Where you literally just technically spat in a lot of people's faces in this mob and be like, no, we created a family here. So now you're going to get Uncle Fast one to probably slap the shit out of you the moment when he sees you too. So if I were you, just say, no, you stop.
Because now I'm pissed too.
No, stop. I created this shit? No. I'm gonna have to, I'm also fucking address it before it gets even fucking worse. For sure. That whole shit right there that we created, now I'm about to do the whole for sure on you when I see your ass next. Because you made it this way. And don't try to call Adam, they're trying to get me to sit down and try to squash the problem. No, you made the shit this. Don't do that shit. You don't walk on your family the fuck like that. You try to talk y'all in there, you be like, I can't do this anymore. Fine, whatever. But at the same motherfucking time, the way how you just reacted right now, my nigga, it was like basically you stabbed me in the motherfucking face. Now I'm pissed. I was just pissed about the other shit about fucking what happened on Friday. But forget about that now. I mean, that's already one of the other motherfucking bitch. This shit right here, you just took over my motherfucking mind, but now I'm wired the fuck awake. So I hope and pray that you give this some serious thought, some real thorough serious thought with your bisexual ass that probably they dick up his ass now. Which, not that there's anything wrong with it. Your preference is your preference is your motherfucking preference. I don't care. But Now, because of this shit, don't open up that door to the point of no fucking return.
Too late.
That's the last thing I want to say. I'm gonna give you 24 hours to think about this. You better either call my phone, and I mean call my phone on some grown man shit. Don't text me. Call my actual cell phone. Because I know that you're watching this. So now I might have to beat your ass in 2 weeks. So when you do show up that day, just drop off your referee jersey, and then we're gonna beat your ass and then send your ass back this August. And that's what OTTR does. You're playing with the streets right now. In the streets, you know there's only two ways out of it: in jail or in the box. I'm out.
Well, Gunner, you and I both know what this is about.
Yep.
I know we were going to go to commercial, but we're going to postpone it. This is random talk on the show. Blackheart just hit the nail on the head. What do you think?
Look, I'm obviously the new guy of
And you're
this
fine.
network. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because of that reason. I'm the new guy here. I'm still learning everybody's, ticks and trades and all that. And I hate to see a family, as Shiz said, fight. So
I agree. With you, but I was going to ask you. I ask you this because, yes, you're new, but this affects you because you're not just somebody that came on, and don't take this out of context, that we interviewed. You're somebody that came on, loved what we do. The minute Blackheart messaged me and said, hey, he wants to join, I went, fuck, let's have him. I wouldn't have it any other way because you bring more than just a perspective in the locker room. You bring it from a longtime fan. You're looking at it from every angle imaginable, and I like having that. I like giving the fans that. So it was a blessing. Plus, you've even said you want to learn more, so we're going to get you learning more. Okay? We're going to talk about it towards the end of the season. Blackheart and I have some ideas on how we can help teach you how to where I'm at, because then maybe one day I'm sick as a dog. Guess what I get to do? I can call you and go, hey, I ain't gonna make it. I feel like shit. I'm blowing it up on the toilet. I gotta ask a solid. I hand you the keys and go, you in the motherfucking driver's seat, baby. Show them what Gunner's got. So, as it pertains to this, if this individual is watching, I'm going to say this right now. I already had one person betray me. She's not with us. If you quit, I'm going to say the words Edge said to Cena. That's a slap in the face to Blackheart. It's a bitch slap to Gunner Moody. And it's a dagger to me. Because Courtney had personal matters. She was supposed to have your spot, pal, not yours, Gunner.
Yeah.
So guess what? I think Blackheart hit the nail. You got up to 24 hours. And personally, if this shit isn't fixed, this individual, I recommend you ask the boss why your predecessor got dismissed. Because all I'm going to say is Yes, she had other obligations. I had no beef with that. None. But there's another reason. One that I will never address because that is between me and her. But she and I are on decent terms. She knows that. But make no mistake about this. When you come here, I don't mind having you. Have fun, create anarchy. I don't care. Just don't screw up too much and don't stab me in the back. Because Blackheart said it. We have invested. I'm going to show you something before we go to break. See this? This is a Blue Yeti, $100. Worth it. I'm on a $2,000 Apple iMac laptop. Worth it. If you can't do it, I understand it. We can make it work. We can figure it out. I have no issue with that. I have an issue with not willing to try. That's all I'm saying. So, I agree. Family shouldn't fight. But if this individual can't get this shit together, I'm going to have a difficult decision to make, folks. But Gunner, I want to hear your perspective after the break because we are getting in the DeLorean. We're traveling back to the late 1998. And folks, you're going to like this one because it will help tell the story of the birth of the Ministry of Darkness. It's a moment in pro wrestling still talked about. We're going to talk about it right after the commercial break. So stick around, get your libation, get your blunt, get your snacks. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll see you very shortly.
This is Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, a.k.a. Farouk, and you're listening to Off the Top Rope Podcast. And if you're not, damn.
Hey, it's Chris Jericho here with the Blackheart Angels. And this week...
Oh my God, Andrea
and
Stacy.
And Stacy are going to talk about their experiences here at the Rhode Island Comic-Con meeting me. So you could say that the Blackheart Angels just made the list. Bye.
That's awesome.
Step in the storm, feel the ground shake. Wednesday night vortex, no escape. Lights flash, bodies clash, high stakes. We don't play games, we raise quakes. Yo, it's midweek madness, chaos in the zone. Fist swing heavy like a cyclone. Crowd on fire, bass hits your dome. Every strike written in blood and stone. Steel ropes rattle when the titans collide. Legends in the making, can't run, can't hide. Vortex spins wild, pulling all inside. On this canvas, only the strong survive. Step in the storm, feel the ground shake. Wednesday night vortex, no escape. Lights flash, bodies clash, high stakes. We don't play games, we raise quakes. From the alleys to the main stage, warriors bred. Pain's the language, everything said. Wu style fury mixed with 50s grind. Money, power, respect, leave weak behind. Yo, the crowd chants loud, blood pumps the beat. Every drop of sweat hits concrete. Warriors sworn, we never retreat. On Wednesday night, we bringing the heat. This ain't no dream, this is live combat. Storms in the ring, you can't outlast that. Spin in the vortex, feel the impact. Once you step in.
And welcome back from the commercial break. I hope everybody's ready. Before we get underway, I wanted to make you aware, Gunner, that either May 17th or May 24th will be our summer season finale. And we will probably come back around SummerSlam or soon after. So just a heads up, we're only a mere 3 weeks or so away. So want to give the folks at home and yourself a moment to be aware of that. But interesting first half, including, well, y'all heard it here. But folks, it's time to travel back in time. Gunner, I'm looking forward to hearing your take on this. We're traveling back to 1998, going into 1999. It is a moment in pro wrestling history that kicked the Attitude Era into overdrive. I'm talking about the night the Undertaker sacrificed the Texas Rattlesnake. Let me give the folks at home a quick overview. For those of you who were not fortunate enough to grow up with the Attitude Era, or if you had the old WWE network for, I think it was $9.99, hint, hint, you were able to witness this. Back in late 1998, The Undertaker had eventually turned heel once again, realigning with Paul Bearer. But before that happened, these two clashed back at SummerSlam that summer over the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, it saw the Rattlesnake share a beer post-match with him out of mutual respect. But by mid-fall of 98, The Undertaker was beginning to show this more demonic side to him. And after the 2 years and change in the rivalry he had to deal with Kane and Mankind, well, Paul Bearer and the Phenom reunited once again. But when Kane and Mankind wouldn't step in and join his demonic evolution, it would be at rock bottom, buried alive, where both Undertaker and Austin would settle the score. But leading up to it, during a tag match, Austin and Taker fighting on the outside, with Taker gaining the upper hand, the infamous Druids would handcuff Austin to Undertaker's infamous symbol and sacrifice the Rattlesnake. Shortly after the first of the new year, after losing the Buried Alive match, The Undertaker, sporting a new, more demonic, evil look, gave birth to the Ministry of Darkness, bringing forth the Acolytes, Midian, Viscera, and the Brood. Many people say that this was a controversial moment because it mimicked a crucifixion. Hint, hint. Parents were getting batshit ballistic and, finger up the poop chute with no lube, tickle the taint in the prostate, turning cough over it. But Gunner, before I give my take, I want to let you have yours first. What was your thoughts about this? Talk to him.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I feel like the ministry era of the Undertaker's career is severely underrated. Like you said, the most demonic version of the Undertaker we've ever seen. I loved the entrance music at that time. But to talk about the sacrifice, I'm gonna bring up a man that we like to talk about on here, Mr. Bruce Pritchard. Hi, Bruce. How you doing? That was for you, Eric.
Love it.
Bruce had an episode of his podcast with good old Conrad Thompson. Also, hi Conrad, how you doing? Get me on the show one day. They had a whole episode about this, and Bruce would always say it was never a cross, it was a symbol. Now, I kind of agree with him. Yes, it has the religious context of the crucifixion with Jesus Christ and all that, but I agree with you, Eric. This was during the time where anything religious, anything that was, that grinded those gears, pun intended, the religious aspects on life, people would just be, oh my God, what are they doing? This is demonic. This is this is that. This is all the things, right? But when I first saw Austin on that cross, and you see the photo during that little package with the Undertaker, his arms are out, eyes roll back, you cannot tell me that's an iconic photo of Austin and the Undertaker. That's a moment in time. Yeah, that's a moment in time that people, I mean, look at us right now. We're talking about it now, but that was a moment in time that's gonna live forever. You're gonna see that photo when Undertaker, Austin, all of them are no longer with us 50 years down the line. We're going to still be talking about this moment because of how crazy it is for, yes, the religious aspects that came from it. I personally had no problem with it because I don't take religion that seriously. I know some people might, be up in arms with that notion. But yeah, this whole Ministry of Darkness era of the Undertaker, it was something else, and it was something we never saw before from the dead man himself. We always saw, that stalker zombie guy, but here's the time where maybe we got a little Satan worshiping going on, and what better way to really drive that? Now, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. Was the crucifixion, if you will, was that before or after Taker puts him in a lobotomy situation?
This was okay. So this was shortly after the lobotomy scenario, because remember, you're at the point. Oh, breaking! I just received some news. At this time, moving forward, Nekro will be no longer here at the asylum. We could not get some things agreed to. Some things have fallen out within the last 20, 30 minutes. So to Nekro, for your contributions, I do appreciate it. But that is breaking as we speak. So moving forward, it's just you and me, pal.
All right, buddy.
All right. So I wanted to bring that. Now, back to our regular scheduled. So let me run it back. Okay. So here's the situation. You had the little mini hints going towards the back end of 98, where you're starting to see this wheel turn where Mankind's already had the Hell in the Cell. He's become a babyface. Kane starts becoming a mini little tweener. We get that little break where it's him and Kane, Bros of Destruction. Remember, it was shortly after that where Austin keeps the belt, Taker turns on Kane, and then we get the reunion with Paul Bearer, and then they go after Austin. So Austin's still hell-bent to be getting the belt. So this took place after the intentional attempt at embalming Steve. I recommend people go to YouTube and check out the bloopers from that.
Oh my God, yeah, please watch the bloopers.
If you watch the bloopers, you are going to laugh your ass off, especially Paul Bearer, because I swear to God, I'm just thinking about it right now, Gunner. I'm trying not to wet myself. This is too fucking funny. I mean, god damn.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
But
highly recommend y'all go check out those bloopers.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. If you got Steve to crack.
What?
Then you know it was going to be funny as fuck. Even Taker breaking character. Now, this set the tone for what was going to go in. And you're right. The Ministry of Darkness run is very underrated. And here's why. And tell me if I'm wrong and why you think that. But to me, personally, okay, the slow build into the formation of the Ministry, from Taker and Paul Bearer coming back together to the whole sacrifice of the Undertaker. We get the buried alive match at Rock Bottom. What happens 3 weeks later? First episode of Raw. The Acolytes bring out Dennis Knight. He becomes Midian, and the Ministry begins to grow. Then we get Viscera. Then we get the Brood. And then Taker sidelines going after Austin and goes after the corporation and Vince. Of course, we all know how that turned out. That was a plot by Vince to screw Austin, and we go into that whole thing. To me, the Ministry of Darkness plot, guess what it did? It helped push the Attitude Era into overdrive. We already knew Austin and Vince already had it there. But the Ministry piece, I got to get the NOS and turn into turbo up. Boom! What about it for you makes you think that it was underrated? Tell us about that.
I think it's just specifically for the Undertaker, because without him, I wouldn't be sitting in this spot right now. I wouldn't be in professional wrestling or a fan without the Undertaker. You gotta look at that. You gotta look at his overall look. The music that I mentioned, like that's probably my favorite theme song for the Undertaker, with the chanting in the background, the more heavy metal ambiance to it, but also again his look. He looked like Satan himself came out of the ashes of hell.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? The first time, let me ask you, do you think this had an impact on society where it really kicked off the goth and emo into another level?
That's an interesting question. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if it did, especially during that period in time for not just professional wrestling, but the world. The 90s was such a pivotal, especially the late 90s, was such a pivotal moment in pop culture. And wrestling, as everyone knows, was bigger than football, bigger than anything on television. So I would not be shocked if that had anything to do with it, especially once the Ministry really started to get more fire before it became the corporate ministry. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I really wouldn't be.
I think it would be very intriguing. Truth be told, you might be right, because think about it. Okay, and this all intertwines to what we're talking about. Look at how pro wrestling had an effect on society as a whole in the mid to late 90s. You saw it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Folks. Truly think about this for a minute. Walmart, Hot Topic. I mean, shit. Ooh, Warren's chiming in. He's right.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right. It helped the same way, and shout out to Warren and Dre for the commission talk. Keep up the good work, fellas. I love what I'm seeing. Truth be told, Warren makes another valid point, Gunner. It helped with the heel. And you are right. He looked like Satan incarnate. I'm sitting there watching this going, oh, fuck. Dad, who let Lucifer out?
I think the first time I remember seeing this look for the Undertaker. Now you got to remember, I'm a young guy. I started watching around 2005 at the age of like 6 or 7. Not to make the joke. I was probably like 10 years old when the first time I ever saw this version of the Undertaker, and like you said, I went, what the hell what is this? Why is the Undertaker so goddamn terrifying to look at? It legitimately looked like Satan had come to my television screen for the first time. But dude, yeah, I cannot talk enough about the ministry, especially before, like I said, before the corporate ministry, because that kind of just made it kind of stupid after a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when you watered it, and Bobby, nice to see you. Been wondering where the heck you been, brother.
Nice to see you, Bobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be truly honest between the two of us. Thanks, buddy. Truth be told, in my opinion, you make the most valid point on all of that. The other thing is, look at what it did in society as a whole. It influenced trends. It helped. I was just about to say that. You were able to take Undertaker into a massive role to where it now puts you in the most unique match that we had not seen. We did not get until that point a first blood match, which happened July 25th, 1995. Fully loaded. Where did that happen? Oh, yeah, Buffalo, New York. That's right. Because I was at that motherfucker.
Oh, you lucky bitch.
Oh, don't even get me started. Do you know how hard it was to fucking get in?
I would imagine.
Dude, I was lucky to get decent tickets. I will leave it at that. But back to my original point, okay? When you heard the gong, it wasn't the traditionally we were used to. It was that more sinister, satanic, demonic entrance. And you went, this mother... The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Ironically, yeah, that was actually considered, because even though they were doing good, it took Vince a little bit of a conversation. I mean, when Taker came out, I mean, you could have been like this. I mean, this will never never gets old. But here's the reality. I will say it for what it is. Look at what else it did. It pushed the company further, because here's what was happening. WCW was beginning to drop fast. The rumored merger with AOL was beginning to surface. Their creative process was going to ship because of the things between Bischoff. Taker never had creative control, and he can confirm that. He had say, but he didn't have final say. Now, here's the best part about this. Taker is the one that saw it coming and was able to sit with Vince and say, hey, listen, I know what you're saying, but this is what I'm seeing. Let me make a valid argument, and then Whatever your decision is, I respect it. Look at what it did. He was able to take Vince, happy Sunday to you too as well, young man. He was able to sit Vince down and say, okay, here's what I'm seeing in society. This is what we're doing. How do I mimic it? And he laid it out. It's what he did that led into the American Badass character. Because you saw towards the end of 99 before he quit, instead he went and got surgery and all that other stuff. You're good, brother. You're always good, brother. Okay? Here's what he would do. Yeah. Pat and him came up with it. But it was so unique because Taker, they call Undertaker the Madonna of professional wrestling because he evolved with the times. When 98 hit, he knew, okay, fans are feeling something coming. How do I pivot? Okay, I'm going to fuck my brother. I'm going to fuck Mankind, fuck over Stone Cold, try to get the world title back. What's the best way I know how? Realign with Paul Bearer. It fails originally towards the end of 98. I make the sacrifice of Austin. I've already begun the seeds of what's about to happen. I come back after losing Buried Alive. I look like Satan, as you said. And then bang, boom, boom. We are off to the motherfucking races with the ministry. And that went for almost 9 solid straight months. It felt like 5 years, but it went 9 fucking months because both Vince and Taker and Patterson sat down and said, okay, this, and this, take that out of it, take that out of it. And they were starting to see the pieces. Austin comes in, says, hey, I got something I want to add to it. They take that, look at it and go, okay, we'll fine tune that, boom, and boom. And look what they fucking did. Week to week, once the ministry story began, they started fucking the living shit up out of WCW. You nailed it, Gunner. Underrated. This moment, to me, I don't know if you'll agree, it shifts the Attitude Era into Overdrive.
No, I can agree with that because you got to look at it like it was. It was a very extreme moment. You said it earlier. They took the nitrous and went full throttle.
And I will allude to this. I will say this. KB's right. Every era, every version of The Undertaker has held the world title. How crazy.
The only WWE title he didn't hold was the spinner title, but that would have been funny to see.
Oh, fuck. I'd have pissed myself laughing. I'd have pissed myself laughing, thank God. But
you gotta look at it. He's held the Winged Eagle, the Big Eagle, the Undisputed title, and then it was the spinner belt. Big Gold, but then the spinner belt for the WWE title.
The only one he hasn't touched. He's been tag champion. He's had the hardcore title. There are 2 in particular titles that take him out of the Grand Slam category, but we put him there for other reasons, so fuck it. He never held the Intercontinental title, and he never held the U.S. title.
Which is wild to think he never held either one of those ones.
Do you know why I think that?
Because he didn't need it.
Didn't need it in moments like this.
Yeah.
Think about that.
You would think, especially when he was the American Badass, he would have had the U.S. title run.
Fuck, just because RVD and became hardcore champ.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot how he won the hardcore title.
Right? KB saying, oh my God. He'd have looked at Vince and goes, get that new belt you commissioned for Rock done early. Fuck this bullshit.
Hey, Vince, what the hell is this thing? I go get my replica, but it's all the way over there.
That would have been you ain't shit for the belt. But I can tell you right now, That would have been fucking hilarious. I'd have been sitting there going, I can hold it. I can hold it. Fuck it. I gotta pee. I can't hold it. I'm laughing too hard. But no, this moment was the spark to the NOS that would take the Attitude Era into overdrive. And WWF never looked back. Because every week you tuned in, you needed to know, okay, what's Austin going to have to do this week to stop The Undertaker? And then it led to another moment that we are going to dive into either on the season finale or next season. You want to know what the other moment is?
Give it to me.
1999 summer, weeks before we learned that Vince is the higher power. Who did Undertaker try to fucking marry? The billion-dollar princess. Yes, we're going to dig into that moment because it interconnects to this. Because without it, I don't think you get the level of impact that the higher power and the corporate ministry create. I don't think you get the level that would lead to the fully loaded first blood match for the WWF title between Austin and Taker, where if Austin loses, he can never again challenge. If Taker loses, Vince is kayfabe gone. Need I say more? But the point is this. It all interconnects because that big 9-10 months is what shift the whole fucking tide around. Between getting Mike Tyson for Mania 14 and then this, it turns the whole fucking ball game for the Attitude Era back around. Bar none. I dare anybody out there to try and tell me no way. Because if you looked at WCW's creative, they wouldn't have been able to do this. They had standards and practices. They would have wanted to see this shit 3 weeks in advance. Doesn't work that way.
No, there was no way in hell WCW, especially at that time, could have pulled something off like this. They were getting edgy enough in 96, 97 with the NWO, lawn darting Rey Mysterio.
Oh, absolutely.
But to do something as massive as a crucifixion angle.
Oh my God. They took it from... Think back to the shit in ECW with Sandman and Raven.
Yeah, that thing that almost made Kurt Angle not come to the professional wrestling world.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek before we get into grind our gears moment. Next week on the program, for Analyze This, I had me thinking, and we're going to go back to the 80s. We're going to look at a rivalry that has set the tone. I'd have slit my fucking throat.
Bro, I would have lost my shit if it was Russo.
I would have slit my fucking wrists and went, yep, I'm done. Fuck this. Quit. But next week, in Analyze This, it's the American Dream, baby, Dusty Road. And we are going to analyze his rivalry with the leader of the Four Horsemen, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! So we're going to look at that next week. But Gunner, time is almost over, but I want to know this week, what's grinding your gears, buddy?
Okay.
You have the center floor for this one. Talk to him, brother.
So what grinds my gears is the same thing I was preaching 2 weeks ago, and it's only gotten worse since then. Please, for the love of Christ Almighty, Lord, forgive me for I'm about to sin. Fucking take care of yourselves at shows. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a dumbass. Please keep your hands off the wrestlers. I'll let you have permission to give them like an arm around the thing, you know, the gimmicks and all that shit. please control your children because they don't need to be running around the fucking arena. Also, do not destroy other people's property. I had an incident at the show last night where some of my property was damaged.
Oh, hell to the no. Somebody get
Yeah.
my razor and somebody get my Louisville Slugger. We fitting to fuck shit up.
Yeah. So, minor thing. I'm not too pissed about it, but I'm going to bring it up because don't fuck with other people's shit.
No,
What else is grinding my gears today?
Mama, no!
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I had so much that I wanted to do today and I can't even remember all of them. But yeah, well, you know what? We'll leave it at that for this week. Please control yourselves as shells and please don't touch other people's shit.
And that's what's grinding Gunther's gears this week, correct? Is there anything else?
Yeah, Lowe's, lower your damn prices so I can fix my house and not spend so much damn money.
Enough said, ladies and gentlemen. And now, yours truly. You want to know what grinds my gears this week? Is all this IWC bullshit where people don't see certain releases coming. Now, mind you, we all know that it's normal. We all know that it's going to happen. But there's certain people on the list that shouldn't have been happening. You don't take somebody out mid-storyline or somebody, who's just coming back from an injury and you want to see if they got anything and tell them, hey, best of luck in your future endeavors, while keeping somebody who all she does is shake the booty meat and the titty meat and looks like she should just be released to go do OnlyFans, getting her back blown out because that's what, if you know who I'm talking about, let's just say she's on Evolve and I'll leave it at that. What also grinds my gears is the fact that TKO, stay the fuck out of the book. Again, stay the fuck out of the book. Cody Rhodes told you, shut up, count your fucking money, and fuck off. Because if you fuck with me, I know exactly what I can do tomorrow morning. Make one phone call, you're all fucked. Because guess what he'll do? He will have the balls to do it. If you think he won't, you fans are wanting a heel Cody. You are not fucking prepared. Because as a heel, if you fucked him over, I'm promising you, he'd give you this. He would show up on an episode of Dynamite in the fucking ring with the WWE title and pull a Medusa. Don't fucking think for a minute that motherfucker wouldn't commit the secondary ultimate fuck you as a means of getting revenge for his dad. Getting the belt the way he did, that was phase one. You piss him off, he would look at it and goes, okay, you cocksuckers want to fuck me over? Watch this. Boom! And he'd go, I don't give a shit if you blackball me. Fuck you. You have no clue. Also, to play off a Gunner, stop stalking your fucking wrestlers and stop fucking letting your kids act like little children. Fucking keep them under control. Stop fucking with people's shit. Stop getting in their personal space. There's a time and place. There's respect. Okay? I met Mike Santana at WrestleBash back in November when I moved back. I bumped into him briefly outside. I said, thank you for what you do. I look forward to speaking with you more inside. You know what he did? He came up, shake my hand. Thanks for being a fan. He shot the shit with me for 2-3 minutes. I said, I know you're busy. I'll be seeing you in there. And guess what? That's what the fuck you do. This is getting too out of hand. I really don't have the energy in me to fucking destroy the IWC and their bullshit. But if this shit don't fucking stop, just for the hell of it, I'll bring back the electric chair segment. And Gunner, I'm going to have you enjoy deep frying all these motherfuckers because this bullshit has to end.
Yeah, I agree.
What also grinds my gears is the fact that TKO has no fucking business dicking with the ticket prices. I should not have to sell my left nut to go to a Monday Night Raw. I should not have to sell my liver and my kidney and my other nut and my butt cheek to go to a pay-per-view or a WrestleMania. Okay? We just had Live Action and Ticketmaster get caught fucking the fans in a fucking class action lawsuit from musicians going after them for inflating the prices. And guess what? Those two big name ticket sellers got caught on hot mic admitting to it. So TKO, you might want to fucking pay attention to what happens with that court ruling, because if you don't stop your bullshit trying to make pro wrestling like the UFC and bitch slapping the generational fans, I'm promising you now, they will rise, tell you to suck it, and watch what happens to AEW. Every big fucking arena is not going to want to book you cocksucking motherfuckers. They're going to book them because they'll make money, but they're also going to know, okay, the general fans are going to come in droves. They're going to sell this bitch. We can make this the right way. And guess what? Then Tony Khan gets to commit the grandest, greatest fuck you to the old fart and to TKO. He finally gets to perform in the one arena nobody has been able to get into except Ring of Honor and New Japan. Take a wild guess which one that is.
Somewhere in New York.
Oh, shit! Hell yes, KB will be in the building next week. He's got a lot on his mind. Fuck yeah. Be here next week. KB in the house, live with me and Gunner. He'll be here. Much more to say about it later. But guess what? News flash, folks. Plain and simple. Gunner said it was a place in New York. Gunner, would you like to kind of take a guess what arena that could be? What arena? What arena? It ain't Arthur Ashe.
I think it's a really famous one. I think
I get some things too. A little bit of the sub-timers. I'm getting old, you know.
I think a certain pay-per-view started there. I think somebody like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson might have been there. A Bruno Sammartino main evented it 100-something times. It's on the tip of my tongue, Eric. It's on the tip of Madison Square Garden.
Yes! He can get his fucking hands on the Garden. And the minute he fucking gets that damn arena, I promise you, as I live and breathe, he's already proven he can hang by doing Arthur Ashe and Grand Slam. We've known that. But he needs the arena. And Madison Square Garden is the one place, other than Ring of Honor and New Japan, who did their crossover show in the Garden, and FYI, sold the bitch out. Guess what? If AEW got in the fucking Garden, packed it to the hilt, I'm telling you now, bar none, fucking guaranteed, you wait. I'm calling my shot. Tonight. Check fucking mate, WWE. What are you gonna do? 7 years he's been kicking you in the crotch, and you've got nothing. You're going back to the well with the bloodline to try and fix this? Good luck. I hope it pays out. But guess what? After what I saw last night on Collision, I'm fucking intrigued. The offer made to Will Ospreay by Moxley, not to join the Death Riders, but to learn how to become a better aerial assassin. Because I'm promising you, all this leads to All In London. And I promise that young man is going to fucking become world champion, whether he takes it off of Darby or somebody else. I don't know, but I'm promising you now, I'm calling my shot. All in London. It will be Will Ospreay world champion. Mark my fucking damn words. Because after what I saw last night, that caught my attention. We all know what happened. We all know his neck. But the fact that Moxley is saying, hey, in his own way, I fucked up. You proved your point. But let me prove mine. You're getting closer. Every week, what we've been doing is paying off. You're stepping it up. Your game got stronger, faster, more legit. This is the shit we've been talking about since we started this. Now, mind you, the tactics were a little but I digress. Look at what they've done. Every fucking week, we are getting pay-per-view level matches, and then getting those get topped at the pay-per-view. They have been for 3 weeks now on the cusp of breaking 1 million again. There's fluctuating between 750 to 950. It just depends. And I think that's both the cable and the streaming ratings. Imagine what happens if they break that 1 million again. They can become a threat. If they were to become a 1.5 to a 2.2 cable watched program, WWE is going to be going, oh, fuck. The old man was smart. Wasn't smart from, the competition, but he was smart to say, okay, I need to get more, keep engaged, blah, 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 blah. Look what Tony Khan's doing. You may not like some of the process, like you said, with what happened with Darby and how he won. I totally agree with you. I could understand it, Gunner, and tell me if you agree, if MJF was, let's say, really injured, like really bad. You know what I'm talking about?
If he was super injured going into that match, then okay, I get it.
Yeah,
if he was 100%, bro, I wanted to see MJF and Darby tear it up.
Same thing. So, but again, we know MJF is going off to shoot a film, but we don't know if maybe he was and said, listen, just squash the fuck out of me. I don't give a shit. We don't know.
If he said squash the fuck out of me, then I got no problem with it. But if it was
we don't know. We don't honestly know. And you want to know what's also, oh shit, I almost forgot. Look at this. KB, top 5. Top 5. And that's competing with the NHL and NBA playoffs. So what is this telling you, ladies and gentlemen? Get set. Because I'm calling it now. Within a year, TKO and WWE, you better be afraid. Because history is preparing to repeat itself. Unless a certain someone can get enough money to buy it back and fix it.
I'm going to throw out a wild idea. How about this? Every fan chip in like 10,000, not 10,000, $10. We might be able to afford WWE on our own.
Ooh, I don't know.
How many fans follow WWE? 125 million? Yeah. Throw $20 into the pool and we'll be able to afford WWE.
Absolutely. But KB is right. KB again, I'm saying it right now, breaking. He's got a lot to say. And he will be here. But KB and you are hitting the nail. WWE, you don't realize it yet because your head's so far up your ass. Yes, you're a big global entity. We understand all that. But from a creative standpoint, look what's happening. If you hit your jump the shark moment, game over. I pray that don't happen. I mean, let me put to you this way, Gunner, before I give my final grind my gear about all this week. I feel we are watching a repeat of history in a manner in which we didn't think could happen. Because we never thought the old fart who had the porno mustache like he was a 70s porn star off of fucking Timo. God damn, thank the Lord he fucking shaved that thing, and now he looks like he can't choose a fucking hair color with the one side blonde and everything else jet black, looking like he's a fucking hippie or some bullshit off of God knows what. Vince was smart enough to know, don't fuck over the generational fans. Communicate if you have to raise prices for whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
KB's right. They would never sell it to us, and they don't book it for us. Like, I'll put it to you this way. I understand why Zelina. She had her small moment. They couldn't really regain momentum. I always said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want to keep Zelina, but I'd have pulled her to the side and said, this is what I want to do. This is just me. I'm quarterbacking this shit because now we're into random talk again before the end of the show. Okay? So, folks, you're getting something special today. A little off the rails, but that's what happens. All right? Here's what I would have done with Zelina Vega. I said, Zelina, listen, this isn't a demotion. This is what I need. I need you to go to NXT. I need you to build a little bit. I'm already going to tell Hunter what's going on, that you're there to help. You're going to get a run as women's champ. Just a question of when. And then we're going to bring you back with your hubby. I'll pull Alistair and say, listen, at some point we're going to have you pivot from Randy. I'm going to put you in a spot with Cody. We're going to kind of somewhat see if we can re-jog people's memories from the little thing in AEW. We'll see. But we're going to go, there's going to be an end game for it. I think that, yes, the releases also forced certain talent to come up from NXT because you couldn't do that if you didn't have releases. We've got Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, Fatal Influence, all three of them. Sol Ruka. And apparently Blake Monroe's coming. So what does this tell you? The releases, yes, they suck. A couple made no sense. But you've got to pull the talent from NXT. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. And then they're going to flounder and get screwed too.
Right.
I knew the second incarnation of Chase U was going to tank. For a kid that got told he'd never be on TV, he really said, fuck you, watch this. I mean, without him, we don't get Thea Hale. Now, yes, Thea has fallen to the wayside for a little while. But that, I think that in part is, in my opinion, is because, okay, she's still young, she's still vibrant, fans like her. I just got to figure out what to do.
I think that's a creative hole we have with her right now. It's just not knowing what to do.
Because originally, she was not supposed to win the women's title that night. They were going to save that for the pay-per-view. They had to pivot because Mariah May, a.k.a. Blake Monroe, had got knocked so loopy, she missed the cue to kick out. If you look at her face after the match, it was a mix of shock and holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
You done become champion, girl.
So, to see Thea Hale, congratulations, sweetheart. Again, even though it was short-lived, to me personally, I'm sitting here now going, holy shit. what's about to happen? Because here's the other thing. I'm anticipating at some point, not too long from now, Tony D'Angelo gets the call.
Oh, absolutely.
He's ready.
Oh,
He is
absolutely.
Absolutely ready. But folks, that's another episode of the Wrestling Asylum in the can this week. Because very shortly here, within the hour, my happy ass has to get ready for Game 4 against the Boston Bruins and Buffalo Sabres. Sorry, Blackheart. I know for the next week or two, we're still kind of bitter enemies. Kayfabe, DHJ, Diego Luna, whatever. But, Gunner, what do you got going on? Tell the good people where to find you. But more importantly, tell them what's going on in your world of pro wrestling and what's going on, what events you're going to be at coming up. Floor is yours, kind sir.
All right, let me do this. You can find me on Facebook at Gunner Moody. You can find me on Instagram at redneck_Moody at 24. As for shows, next week it might be a little iffy with me because I will be at Focus Pro next Sunday, but I might have time to be able to pop in before the showtime. So you still might see me next week. That going on. We also have on March 2nd, I will be at Proven Ground to go help out those guys. Who knows? I've heard rumors that they've been wanting me back to come help out. So who knows? Maybe I get on the show that day. We're gonna have to find out and play that by the ear. I will also be at Chaotic on Friday. So come see me, come say hi. May 8th, I'll put it to you here. I will be at Supernova once again. Promo will be coming within the next several days, so stay tuned for that. Very busy wrestling in May for me, so I will be out and about this month. So come see me whenever you see me. Again, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You see me posting anything related to a show, 99% chance I'm going to be there. So come say hi.
Well, you heard it from the man himself, folks. Gunner's got a busy time coming up. And don't forget, Gunner, you're also fixing up your new crib. So I know that's got to be taking some time too.
You're muted on my end.
Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Can you hear me now?
That could be me.
That's okay. But folks, overall, Gunner's got a busy schedule coming up. As far as I'm concerned, for yours truly, I'm always creating anarchy up in this bitch. You heard it here first. Next week, KB live on the program, joining me and Gunner. He'll be here. We're going to dive into the rivalry between Dusty Rhodes, baby. And Ric Flair. What are we going to talk about? You're going to have to tune in and find out. Also, programming note, as you were informed earlier this afternoon, Nekro will no longer be a part of the program. Some things have taken precedence. It looks like we have a bit of an issue. Gunner froze again.
There we go. We're good.
Apparently something must have went wrong.
Little technical difficulties at the end of the show. What the hell?
All right. Just for that, we have to play.
Oh, God damn it. You went out again.
So, oh my God, here we go again. Nope, I see you now. You are good, my friend. So with that being said, I don't know. We do not know what the fuck is going on this week, but rest assured, we'll get it dealt with. That being said, I'm glad everybody was here this week. Remember, next week, KB will be on the program. He's got something he wants to say. And here we go again.
All right, now we got audio.
Yay! We're good.
Oh, we lost it again. Mother fricker.
I can hear you though.
What's going on?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. The chaos never stops. But with that being said, folks, for myself, for Mr. Gunner Moody, this is the Wrestling Asylum. To close it out, I do have something I got to say. Gunner, you know I'm about to do this. Nekro, I'm sorry that we could not reach an agreement. I hope whatever happens, you continue to support me. Thank you for the contributions to the show. I get things happen. To hear the things that you said, yeah, that broke my heart. But I'm not dwelling on it. Finally, we got him again. So we're going to figure it out. But Nick, thank you for your time here. It's been much appreciated. You're always welcome in the chat. But time to move on. So, as far as me being calm about this, well, Gunner, as they say, the show goes on and you and I can handle it. So, with that said, till next week.
Oh,
what anarchy will we cause?
All kinds of anarchy now.
Yay!
We got it!
But in closing, do not stab the people that care about you in the back. Don't fuck them over. But more importantly, thank you for your contributions in the short time you were here. But we got to move forward. That's what we do. With that being said, Gunner, to quote a famous commentator, I'm looking at that clock, and it's about that time. We're out of time. We got to go. This was WCW Nitro. We'll be back next week. So long, everybody. It's anarchy. It's Sting. And we're out of here.